You've tried budgeting before, right? Maybe you downloaded some fancy app. Maybe you made a spreadsheet that looked perfect. Maybe you followed some complicated system you found online. And then, what happened? Life got busy. The app felt annoying. The system was too rigid. You stopped tracking after 2 weeks, and all that effort went to waste. Here's the real problem. Most budget advice is designed for people who love spreadsheets and tracking every penny. But you're not that person. You just want a simple system that works with your actual life, not against it. Today, I'm showing you a budget method that actually sticks, because it's designed for real people, not perfectionists. If you want simple, practical tips like this, tips that actually work for real people, hit that like button and subscribe to Liberty Money. We drop new videos every single day to help you get out of the money struggle and start building real wealth. Let's go. 1. Why most budgets fail, and yours doesn't have to. Before we talk about the budget that works, let's be honest about why 90% of budgets fail. They're too complicated. They have too many categories. They expect you to track every single dollar. They make you feel guilty when you mess up. Real talk, you're human. You're going to slip up. You're going to spend money on something that wasn't in the plan. A good budget doesn't punish you for that. A good budget that you'll actually stick to is flexible, simple, and forgiving. The foundation of personal finance management isn't perfection. It's consistency. When you build a personal budget that fits your life, instead of forcing your life into a budget, you actually stick with it. This is where financial literacy starts, understanding that a 70% perfect budget you follow beats a 100% perfect budget you abandon. Quick reflection. Think about the last budget you tried. What made you quit? Was it too much work, or was it just not realistic for your life? 2. The 50-30-20 framework, the one that works. Let me introduce you to the simplest budgeting framework that actually works. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. Here's how it breaks down. 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% goes to wants, and 20% goes to savings and debt payoff. That's it. That's your entire budget. You don't need to track hundreds of categories. You don't need a complex system. You need these 3 buckets, and you need to know roughly where your money's going. Let's make it real with an example. Say you make $3,000 a month after taxes. That means $1,500 goes to your needs. Rent, groceries, utilities, insurance, transportation. That's the stuff you can't live without. Then $900 goes to your wants, eating out, streaming services, hobbies, entertainment. And finally, $600 goes to savings and paying down debt. This framework works because it's not restrictive. You still get to enjoy your life with that wants category, but you're also building wealth with the savings portion. When you're learning budgeting for beginners, this 50-30-20 structure is your secret weapon. Quick reflection. Run the numbers on your own income. Does your current spending roughly match this breakdown, or are you spending way too much on wants and not enough on needs? 3. Make it automatic, the key to actually sticking with it. Here's the biggest secret of people who successfully manage money. They don't rely on willpower. They automate it. The day you get paid, you set up automatic transfers that move your money into different accounts. Based on the 50-30-20 split, you don't think about it. You don't have to make a decision. It just happens. This is where budgeting apps can actually help. Many banks let you set up automatic transfers for free. You might create 3 separate accounts, one for needs, one for wants, and one for savings. Or you might use a budgeting app that divvies up your money automatically. The genius of automation is that it removes the temptation. If that money never hits your checking account, you can't accidentally spend it. This is basic money management that transforms everything. When you automate your personal finance management, you're not fighting yourself every single day. You're working with your natural tendencies, not against them. Financial planning becomes effortless when the system does the heavy lifting for you. Quick reflection. Which bank or app could you use to set up automatic transfers this week? Could you start tomorrow? 4. Track only. What matters simple doesn't mean blind. Now, I said this budget is simple, and it is. But simple doesn't mean you never look at your money. You still need to check in, just not obsessively. Once a month, maybe the first Sunday of the month, spend 15 minutes looking at where your money actually went. Did your needs category stay around 50%? Did you blow past your wants budget? No judgment, you're just gathering information. This is where personal budget tracking becomes useful without being overwhelming. You're not logging every coffee. You're not categorizing every gas purchase. You're just eyeballing whether you're roughly in the ballpark. If you went $200 over on once one month, okay, you know that. Next month, you can dial it back. This kind of light touch tracking keeps you aware without burning you out. It's the difference between understanding your money management and becoming obsessed with tracking every penny. Financial education means knowing enough to make good decisions, not knowing enough to stress yourself out. Quick reflection. Could you commit to reviewing your spending for just 15 minutes once a month? That's it. That's the commitment. 5. Adjust your categories based on your real life. Here's something important. The 50/30/20 split is a guideline, not a law. Your life might not fit that perfectly, and that's totally okay. Maybe you live in an expensive city and your needs are 60% of your income. Maybe you have student loans and need to dedicate more to debt payoff. The point is, create a budget that matches your actual situation, not some imaginary version of your life. This is where saving money becomes realistic. You're not cutting out everything you enjoy. You're being honest about what you need and what you want, and then building a plan that works for those real numbers. Someone just starting out with financial literacy might think budgeting means suffering. But creating a budget that fits your life means you can actually sustain it. You're not setting yourself up to fail by being unrealistic. You're setting yourself up for success by being honest about what you can and can't do. Quick reflection. What would your percentages look like? Do you need to adjust the 50/30/20 to match your actual life? What would make this budget realistic for you? 6. The first month is a learning month, not a test when you first start using this simple budget. Don't expect to be perfect. The first month is about learning. You're discovering where your money actually goes. You might find out you spend way more on food than you thought, or that your needs are bigger than you expected. That's fine. That's the whole point. You're gathering data. Month 2 is when you start optimizing based on what you learned. Maybe you need to adjust your wants spending. Maybe you need to find ways to lower your needs spending. Maybe you realize your savings target of 20% is too ambitious right now, and you dial it back to 15%. This is the beauty of budgeting for beginners. You do you and have to get it right on day one. You're building a personal budget that evolves with you. As your income grows, as your life changes, as you learn more about your own patterns, your budget adjusts. This is practical money management. This is how real people build wealth. They start simple. They track what matters. They adjust as they go. And they stick with it because it doesn't feel like punishment. It feels like progress. Quick reflection. Are you ready to start this month? Can you commit to 1 month of learning, knowing that it's not about being perfect, but about gathering information? I know budgeting doesn't sound exciting, but here's what I've seen happen over and over. People who implement this simple system go from feeling completely out of control with their money to feeling like they actually have a plan. They stop the money stress. They stop the guilt. They start building real wealth because they understand where their money goes. You don't need a complicated system. You don't need to be perfect. You need a budget that fits your actual life and the commitment to stick with it for 1 month. Just 1 month. That's all it takes to build the habit. That's all it takes to change your relationship with money. You've got this. Start today. Drop a comment below and tell me what's the biggest reason your last budget failed. Was it too complicated, not flexible enough, or something else? Your answer might help someone else in the community. And if you're ready to finally stick to a budget, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Liberty Money. We've got new videos dropping every single day to help you build financial literacy and take control of your money. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.